Welcome back to the Charismatic Voice. 'Tis the season for many spooky releases, and I'm particularly excited to check out Geoff Castellucci's version of the well-known cowboy song Ghost Riders in the Sky. Geoff is very talented and very disciplined, and he sings all of the vocal lines in his songs. Yeah, that's right. Plus, he's a super nice guy who sent me an isolated vocal track to deep dive into with y'all, so you can expect to see some extra analysis in this video. Let's get to it. Thanks for the warning. Ooh.
An old cowboy went riding out one dark and windy day. Upon a ridge he rested as he went along his way. When all at once a mighty herd of red-eyed cows he saw plowing through the ragged skies and up the cloudy draw.
Oh, that's nice.
Their brains were still on fire and their...
I love the way that his voice is just so consistent through such a wide range. He's able to really extend very high and, of course, extremely low. And it has such great quality throughout. It's just beautiful. Also, this is like super country. Well, I should say Western. It feels very Western to me. Like that. Even like the twang. I'm excited to see where this goes, because I understand this song is essentially about sort of a cowboy hell. And seeing all of these ghostly figures here, I'm guessing we're going to get layers from all of them. It's a fun foreshadowing. So twangy. I like that too.
An old cowboy went riding out one dark and windy day. Upon a ridge he rested as he went along his way. When all at once a mighty herd of red-eyed cows he saw plowing through the ragged skies and up the cloudy draw.
So Geoff really keeps, I would say, the middle and high, before we got to this really low bass section at the end, he keeps it in this particular pocket. And he's able to really funnel not just all of the vowels, but the consonants through that as well. I was noticing how brilliantly clear his ins are. It's like his placement of all these little things, which have vastly different places in your mouth. One of the most challenging things as a singer who's learning different mouth shapes and different sounds they can make is learning how to get them all funneled through the same area so that it sounds consistent. And the ends in here in particular, I just hear them threaded through exactly the same spot. There's so much continuity in the voice.
Cowboy went riding out one dark and windy day.
That's the spot I was talking about. Oh, perfect. So windy day, windy day. Who even uses an N before that D?
An old cowboy went riding out one dark and windy day.
Sorry. This is one of those things that I always giggle a little bit about, is when I hear sneaky N's or NGs make their ways into songs. Singers use them often to keep that focus in the voice, and you hear it in his voice. It's got so much focus. It's staying funneled through that same area. And he's using an N here right before the D to keep it really focused. Hear the sneaky N?
Went riding out one dark and windy day.
I'll play that for you in Isotope RX so that you can zoom in and hear just that. Here's that same moment in a spectrogram format from Isotope RX.
An old cowboy went riding out one dark and windy day.
And you can see that right here, And here are the two ends. You'll notice the overtones, and these essentially drop down lower, so they're less bright. Also, when you close an end, you lose some of that volume, which you can see if you flip over here to the waveform side. Both of those areas are just a little bit quieter. One more time in context.
An old cowboy went riding out one dark and windy day.
You can also hear the vibrato and see it, and see how subtle but perfectly tasteful it is at the end of this note. Beautiful. One more time in context.
Riding out one dark and windy day. Upon a ridge he rested as he went along his way. When all at once a mighty herd of red-eyed cows he saw plowing through the ragged skies and up the cloudy draw.
Oh, I don't think this is going to be the moment when I take us over to arcs just yet, but I really want to take a look at the amount of air that we're hearing in the sound and the lows versus the mids. There's a cleanliness that has a lot less air in the sound and in the mids, and then the lows, you get this rumble. It's almost like a foghorn, right? So at some point we'll take a look at that, probably later though. I also wanted to mention he's got gorgeous vibrato control. It's very slight, held on until the very end of the phrase, and then just a little wiggle. Very expressive, very tasteful. All right, back just a little bit and then we'll keep going.
Going through the ragged skies and up the cloudy draw.
Ooh, very subtle backing vocals throughout that too.
Their brains were still on fire and their hooves were made of steel.
Oh, nice.
Their horns were black and shiny and their hot breath he could feel. Oh, yeah. A bolt of fear went through him as they thundered through the sky, for he saw the riders coming hard and he heard their mournful cry.
Wow, I love the blue eyes on these ghosts. It's such a fun way to show that it's a ghost, but still doesn't just look like a sort of black and white specter, right? We have, it's like somebody from Game of Thrones. Maybe they're White Walkers. But anyhow, I'm going to go back a little bit. One of my favorite things about the way this video is shot right now is the interaction between the different Geoffs. That's something I've come to appreciate, especially when somebody's doing lots and lots of layers of their voice, is when they can interact with other versions of themselves. I know Peter Hollins does it in his videos really, really well too. And so it's so fun to see it look like they're looking at each other, though you know that Geoff didn't actually see another one of himself over there. It's clever shooting. Nicely done, production team.
Their brains were still on fire and their hooves were made of steel. Their horns were black and shiny and their hot breath he could feel. Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, there's three things in here. One, the oohs in the background. I like the way the background voices have a lot of subtlety to them right now. And an ooh vowel, you might have heard me talk about this before. It's a darker, more inner vowel. It tends to be a good entry vowel that isn't pow, but it sort of eases its way in. So it's a really good one to just sort of subtly have them creep, and that really makes sense for ghosts too. So perfect vowel choice. I feel like it was kind of an obvious vowel choice if I'm honest, and Geoff is very, very smart about his arrangements, so I'm not surprised at all that that's how the backing vocals are presenting themselves right now. I really like the focus and the little run he did down there. That was cool. And then it cracks me up. It just cracks me up to no end that Geoff, when he slides off of things, he slides lower. His voice is just able to drop. It just goes down. It's so easy. A lot of people I think would have problems sliding off lower in some of these already super low notes, but not Geoff. He's like, I'm not gonna slide lower. One more time, that's fine.
Made of steel.
That's such a cool decision to go down.
Black and shiny, and their hot breath he could feel.
That.
Rumbles of fear went through him as they thundered through the sky, for he saw the riders coming hard, and he heard their mournful cry.
Oh my gosh, you did it there again. He slid off the bottom note. Oh. That's so funny. This is awesome how he just drops down the octave for this. There are a couple moments where instead of choosing to take something higher, the way that a lot of people, especially I would say in more contemporary age music, would choose, he drops it down lower. I think people are always pushing their voices higher and higher and higher, and everybody wonders, oh, who's got the highest note? And ultimately, sometimes, or at some point in the past, I think that we started to lose appreciation for the lows, but that's coming back. That's not just coming back, that definitely is back, and I hope it continues to grow because of people like Geoff who bring more excitement to the song when they go rumble, rumble, rumble down in the lows. So good.
Saw the riders coming hard, and he heard their mournful cry.
Oh.
Their faces gaunt, their eyes were...
I'm really getting into the arrangement aspect of it now and loving little tiny things that make big differences. Sometimes it's just offsetting all of the entrances. Sometimes it's adding more space so that we can appreciate something new that comes in. There's a lot of little things in here that are really wonderful. Like right here, the API, the ghost vocals, if you will, they're set further back in the mix, and they've got a little more verb, I think, as well. So it makes them feel like they maybe are writing in from far away, right? This works really well for the setting and sort of the spookiness of it.
Ghost riders in the sky.
I like the way the beat comes in there. I love the way they all sing through ends together. Again, keeping it really, really focused through that end.
Ghost riders in
right here.
the sky. In the sky.
I also love the looks. They all look in here. And the staggered entrances there are awesome.
Their faces go.
That's so interesting. There's a pitch bendy thing in the background that really catches my ears in that whole mix. I just like the way that the atmosphere drops away during this transitional period. So I feel like I'm able to reappreciate the next thing coming up.
Their faces gaunt, their eyes were blurred, their shirts all soaked with sweat. He's riding hard to catch that herd, but he ain't caught.
That was fun. Again, the choice to go down low. Love it.
Their faces gaunt, their eyes were blurred, their shirts all soaked with sweat. He's riding hard to catch that herd, but he ain't caught 'em yet, no. He ain't caught 'em yet. They've got to ride forever on that range up in the sky, on horses snorting fire. As they ride on to their cry.
Oh, that's awesome.
Horses snorting fire.
that's going to be great to look at in RX. Let's go to that. Here's that same moment presented as a spectrogram inside of iZotope's RX software. By the way, you can get software like this at sweetwater.com. They also sell all kinds of really awesome gear, but I just found out recently that they sell software too. So if you want to do this kind of analysis yourself, I suggest checking that out. This is what it sounds like in the isolated vocal track.
As they ride on to their cry.
I love that you can actually see the slide here. It goes from here to here, that slide down, it's amazing. Additionally, you can see the airiness I was talking about earlier in the bass versus the mids. The mids over in this area, you see those bright lines, and there's not a whole lot of stuff between them as we go up. Right, let's play that. It's really clear in the sound.
As they ride on to their cry.
And then there's just more air that I hear in the bass. And that's partly happening because if you look right around here, you notice that there's less clarity between the lines. But in general, this area up here, that area is fuzzy. That's essentially air in the sound. If I were to add a lot more fuzziness to it, it would start to look like distortion. So it's kind of fun to compare, I think, this section of the mids and the clarity of that with the bass and how we get that airy foghorn that makes it rumble so much. And one more time, in context. It's ridiculous. I want to go back a little bit again. There were some other things in here that were super cool.
But he ain't caught 'em yet, no. He ain't caught 'em yet. They've got a rifle.
I really like that sort of surprise harmonization that suddenly went higher there. Geoff, because he has a lower leaning voice, I think it's important to have moments that go up really high and sparkle for a bit to offset that and keep things super fresh. I also just like the way that I feel like this could be just a group of guys singing. It doesn't necessarily feel like it's all Geoff. The blend definitely tells me, oh, this is going to be similarly formed, but he's able to sit in all of these different areas of his voice and live in those areas like he was meant to be there, as if he were a tenor, as if he were a bass, as if he were a baritone. He's able to change the weight of the voice in those areas, which I think makes it feel like he could actually truly be all of the parts of a barbershop quartet. It's very, very impressive the way he's able to adjust, essentially, for the different parts he's singing.
With sweat. He's riding hard to catch that herd, but he ain't caught 'em yet, no. He ain't caught 'em yet. They've got a ride forever on that range up in the sky, on horses snorting fire.
Oh, so cool with those parts.
As they ride on to their cry. As the riders sloped on by heavy.
Wow, oh, there's going to be some great harmony coming up. Just quick shout out. I'm really liking all of the effects. Of the fire, the sky at one point just starting in total black. I feel like he could have been, somebody in Westworld at that point. Oh man, so many popular TV references today. Okay, let's hear some good harmony.
As the riders sloped on by heavy, heard one call his name.
Oh.
If you want to save your soul from hell, right now, right. Cowboy, change your ways today, or with us you will ride, trying to catch the devil's herd across these endless skies. Yippee-yi-oh.
It's just, again, so cool to hear how he's adjusted for each of these parts. I like the staggering in there, and then I just love it when he features really low, rumbly notes. To my knowledge, per Geoff, none of this is sub-harmonics. This is all true fold, so this is not involving the false vocal folds at all. Just those true folds going wacka, 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 really, really slowly. And sometimes he goes down so low, it almost sounds like it's descended into pulse register. And that's often defined as when the vocal folds are coming together so slowly, our ears are actually able to discern some of the air between, and so it starts to sound kind of rumbly, crackly sometimes. Sometimes people will call that vocal fry as well. Yeah, I can hear some rumbling in there. That's awesome. I love that staggering. That, especially on trying, it's like I can definitely hear a little bit of spacing in there. Across these endless skies. Let's take a look at that inside of RX. The note on try here is so crazy low to be singing not in subharmonics. This is what it sounds like isolated. Trying to catch the devil's herd across these endless skies. So anything that's really below, it's like around 80 hertz. At some point down there, our ears start to hear that gap between those vocal folds going wacka, 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 which is partly why it sounds so rumbly, but it's not quite subharmonics, not yet. One more time. Trying to catch the devil's herd across these endless skies. Yep. I love the drop down low after it as well. Oh, so good. And one more time, in context. Across these endless skies. Yippee-yi-oh, yippee-yi-oh, yippee-yi-oh. Ooh! I really feel like they're just jamming out together, right? The many forms of Geoff are just really enjoying this groove. It's like they're all galloping together and having a wonderful time. And I feel like the ghosts are considering taking live Geoff away from this mortal realm. Maybe that's the spooky Halloween aspect. I definitely wonder if there's going to be some sort of fun twist in the end of the video. Oh, it's a beautiful, I should have talked about that earlier, beautiful gathering and support up to the top. It doesn't sound like he's trying to overblow that top. It's just gathered and focused and perfectly aligned. There's that in again. The groove is great. Ghost riders in the sky. Oh, I like the lightning. There's a like sand that looks like it's peeling away from someone here. The horse sound also is panning from left to right as it goes along, which is really fun. I'll go back one more time, just a little bit further actually. Ghost riders I love the characterizations. Yeah. It is just so much fun to get to take a deeper look at Geoff's amazing control over his voice. I have so much appreciation for the way that he puts these arrangements together, the way that he's singing everything, the way that he imagines it all combining as well. It's superb production and design. It's fascinating and really, really good. So thank you so much to Geoff and team for continuously creating awesome music. If you want to see some more videos with Geoff in them, you can check out these analysis videos over here. And may you fall more in love with music every day.